Hey guys, what's going on? Mouse here again for another video regarding Esil and the FAR team overall. So, I just finished my 7th WOBL Deimos normal mode run. And I think I can pretty much give you some insights already because I did this one by one. I did not do any multiplay here. I tried several lineups, several weapons. But I did focus on the FAR team because the FAR team looked promising. And based on all the runs that I had, of course, this is just my personal experience. There might be some RNGs involved, mechanics, etc. But in all of the runs that I did, the light team, my light team, which is, let me just show you, superior in every way, almost maxed out on everything, godly artifacts, godly stats, optimal cores, etc. Never won against the FAR team in terms of kill speed in both boss 1 and boss number 4. Even if my FAR team is much weaker in terms of advancements, in terms of skill levels, in terms of artifacts, literally everything here is much weaker than the light team, and it's still won every single time. So in this video, I just want to show you one side-by-side comparison. A lot of people are dissing it like it's trash, whatever, etc. So I want to give clarification to that for the community, and I already did post a video on how to unlock the full potential of the FAR team here, the exact build that you have to do. So I'm not gonna tell you guys yet whether or not to pull for this, whether or not it's worth it. I'm just adding more information to what we have right now because I myself is unsure whether or not it's worth it. But so far, from what we're seeing, it's positive. Okay, Esil and this exact FAR team right here, it's positive. It works, it's good, and it performs well in WOBL. So I'm gonna show you both runs. I'm gonna show you the stats as well, full stats later after the runs. So again, just to clarify, I'm merely only adding information here. We have a lot of time to decide. If you are tight on your budget or you don't have resources yet, and if you're still undecided, we still have time. Esil is not gonna go away for 41 days. And the only thing that I want to show here is that the FAR team actually works, and you guys decide whether or not it's gonna be worth it for you or not, because the thing here is that we already know, we already have an idea on what is coming on Kanae, and Kanae is probably gonna be a crit rate unit, and then also an attack unit based on the buffs of Gina. Most of Gina's buffs are on attack. Also, we have penetration, of course, from their passive, so we can expect somehow that it's also gonna be probably gonna be a penetration. We're not sure whether or not it's gonna be like a pure penetration unit like Suyun, and a lot of stuff. Let's just talk about this later on. Anyway, WOBL hard, we don't know how hard it's gonna be, okay, but we do know that the bosses are tough, and we do know that the light team is still okay right now in the normal mode, but depending on how the devs is gonna apply it in the future, it might not be the meta. Okay, it will still work, but it's not gonna be the meta. Now, I know a lot of you guys are worried right now, or probably some are disappointed that the light team like did not dominate the WOBL right now, but do hear me out and let's get real here. Let's be real here. Number one, Thomas Andre and the light team was never meant for hard content. You guys know that if you tried POS 20 and other high-level monsters. Firstly, this lineup lacks crit rate. So in terms of their performance in hard content, they're not that strong. Okay, they're suboptimal in terms of that. And Akari's ultimate only gives 16% max at A5 even crit rate, and even mean with 12%, still not enough for the most part. So that's number one. And number two, Thomas Andre was not built for those. Thomas Andre was specifically built for team fight. As you can see here, he's the only one right here. The devs mentioned it, that Thomas Andre is gonna be excelled or specialized on team fight. So with that being said, I think we should be more careful about our expectations on how they're gonna be performing in other game contents like WOBL. So to me, it's kind of like, I do understand where people are coming from, because a lot of people went for Ethan Thomas Andre. Actually went for Ethan as well, which I usually do not do. Like most of my units, I stop at A5 except for Thomas Andre. I think Thomas Andre was my first one But my purpose for doing so is because of team fight. You guys know me, I optimize for guild boss, but I never expected that it's gonna perform like very good in hard content. I don't want to say this, but we might have like expected too much of a single unit that it's gonna dominate everything. It's still fine right now, don't get me wrong, it's still fine right now. Can still finish the WOBL normal. I think it's still gonna be possible to finish the WOBL hard with the light mode. It's just not the meta or the most effective tactic that you can apply. So basically, it's a secondary option in WOBL, like the wind one in Vulcan as well as in Baron. Now, some of you might not agree with me here, but I really do like that they are giving some spotlight to the other elements, especially the fire element, because it just can't be Thomas Andre. Thomas Andre is so OP in Guild Boss, in POD, in some game contents that we have. And he even has the double ultimate bugs. So by design, I don't believe that it was really meant to be in the first place. So I think we might have expected too much here. Yeah, like what I'm saying is that it's good that they're giving spotlight to other elements, because the fire team never ever had a spotlight. A lot of people got like quote unquote scammed with the Yusuyun, and now there is an actual use for Yusuyun. I think it's good. I think it's good because I myself, for example, I paid for Yusuyun. Like I had to get 400 plus pulls on Yusuyun like months ago and never used her anywhere. So of course Yusuyun is not going to be the meta once Kanae comes, but at least now we can see that there is actual use on this unit. Now some might argue, well, the devs just put like high defense monsters on WOBL. Well, to me, like, there's nothing wrong with that, because by design the entire fire team was built around shredding defense. Choi with defense decrease, Gina with defense penetration here, Suyun defense penetration, Emma defense penetration. So there, at some point, there's got to be a game content wherein defense shredding is gonna be useful, right? At some point, gacha, new elements come, new purposes come, new problems come. It's been that way since day one. For example, we had the Arachnid, they added the heal effect, and then afterwards they sold Chahe in for that unrecoverable effect. I think what I would suggest would be for the devs to actually just focus on giving out like fire units so that we will have diversity, especially for the free-to-plays who did not focus on that, because it's impossible to focus on a lot of elements, right? And what they're doing right now, I'm not sure how this one works and the other things, although they already gave some SSR selectors before, but most people already invested on Thomas Andre. We're not gonna use Chahe in anymore, I think, for the most part. So these things seem useless, and I think if they like gave more copies, for example like Gina or Suyun, but only that it will be helpful. I think it might help open up more people to the idea of using a fire team, might be able to try them out and be encouraged to actually pull for them if they like the gameplay, like the experience in using them. I'm sure we're gonna be receiving a lot more freebies here, but I think light team is still gonna be fine. It's just not the meta. That's very clear. It's not the meta, because WOBL Deimos was not built for like light is suboptimal there. It was built specifically for fire team, and fire team being the meta does not mean it's necessary. So we're gonna have to wait. Like I said, we have time to decide. We have time to wait for some leaks potentially, and whatever events they might still implement over the coming weeks, how much rate up tickets we're gonna be able to save by then. So yeah, there's no rush, so don't worry about it, at least not yet. And just a quick reminder, guys, if you need some codes, we're gonna have some new codes coming soon with 1000 essence stones, and we still have our previous codes, older codes, 500k gold, 300k gold, traces of shadow, weapon enhancements. If you still need those, feel free to support me in the SLA content creator program here. Thank you so much once again, and let's go.